What's going on, guys? It's your boy Steels Forever, aka the King of Geeks, and that's right, your boy Steels Forever is back in the building. That's right, your boy Steels Forever is back in the building. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to keep it in the gaming space today, but instead of a game, we're going to do a gaming book. Right, a gaming book from Bitmap Books. And this book, backstory, this book was very, very hard to come by about a year ago. I don't know if it's still very hard to come by right now, but about a year ago, this took me some effort. Let's just put it that way. It really took me some effort to get this. And this is the guide to Japanese role-playing game, guys. Role-playing games. The guide to Japanese role-playing games. And look at this beautiful, beautiful book. I was about to say art book, but this is not an art book. This is actually a guide, like a historian type of guide. And this is probably, I ain't gonna lie, this is probably one of my favorite, if not favorite, like book things that I have in gaming that I adore, because it's just so, I mean, man, if you like JRPGs and like RPGs and things like that, it's so amazing, man. Like, you guys can, like, let me get to the table of content. Like, you can just look. This bad boy is 644 pages. It comes with like introductories and all this nice stuff. Like, look at the table of content. I mean, it's massive, guys. This book is massive. It's leaving me speechless because it's how big and massive it is. And it goes over just like history of things. Once you get a little further in it, it just breaks down like all the different games. And when I mean break down a lot of games, like some of this stuff I haven't even, like one of my most hated RPGs of all time, Highlight, it's in there. the whole series. I could go back and do a series on Highlight, but yeah, it's one of those NES games that are like brutally hard and everything. But ironically enough, you know, I remember it, so it's like it's etched into my heart of so it earns a place in the book, you know. But it's like everything is in here, guys. Like, it even starts back to like the PC stuff. That's one thing I appreciate, because that's even predating me. It does a lot of PC RPG stuff. And then it kind of works its way up to you know, the Final Fantasies and Phantasy Stars and Dragon Warriors and stuff like that. I'm trying to actually get past some of that stuff. But I mean, you guys can see, like, this, it's insane, guys. I'm just telling you guys, like, there's even a lot of games in here that I actually had to go back and research. It drops in and it shows you like Famicom, say it right, games. Oh my God, it's one of my favorite games, man. Like, a lot of people don't know about Legacy of the Wizard, but I remember getting that game during the summertime. Like, it was one of those games that I worked for during the summer, like mowing yards, doing chores, things like that. Saved up some money. My dad and mom took me to Tarzan's Kids, and I wanted. I don't know why I wanted this game. It must have been Nintendo Power or something, because they rarely showed any commercials or anything like that back in the day. But something about that game stood out. Like, you got, it's kind of funny, because if you look there in the box art, right, you see a whole family. Now, the whole family actually has like different abilities and things like that. And you go down into this labyrinth, and you can't go but so far with each family member, because you gotta do certain things with certain family members, because they have certain specialties and move sets and things like that that gets you a little further and further and further. It's a really in-depth game. It's really hard too. I remember it being hard. So that's definitely probably one of the games I'm going to go back and pick up. See, can I find it and do something with it for the channel, because that one's good. Eves is in there. Like, man, I could probably do a live stream with this book. Like, when I mean Eves 2, it's like the whole series. The whole series. It's not just one game. They don't do one game. They go through the whole series. Now, it does have a cutoff point. So, you know, some of the newer stuff may not be on this one, because like I said, I had this book for I think this book has been out for about a year and a half, 2 years maybe. I stumbled across it last year sometime, so I had it almost for a year. But there is a cutoff point. Like, you wouldn't see Rebirth in here. I can't remember if you see Remake in here or not. I think Remake may be in here, but Uh, but I mean, I'm pretty sure if you're buying this, you're not buying it for the modern stuff that just came out today or yesterday or last year. You're looking more for the older stuff. You got legends of heroes in here. Like I said, if you look down at the bottom, you see the PSP games and things like that. It's just amazing, man. Like, it's one of those books that you just have to own. I feel like you just have to own if you just love JRPG. Here's the thing about this book. Like, you can tell in the spine, I'm actually looking at it a lot because my spine is kind of raising up, and I'm tempted to actually buy another one just to put it up somewhere, just so when I run this one into the ground, that I would actually have one kind of just sitting in the back. Like, use this one for my pleasure, my leisure reading, and then keep the other one kind of put away for like collectible purposes. But this is, man, every time I some nights I have this by the bedstand and I'll just sit there and read certain things. Like, you got Parasite Eve in there, Vagrant Stories, and it goes all the way up, guys. I know some of this stuff I'm repeating, but it's just like, oh man, when you look at stuff like this, and you're a little older, to me it's like my childhood. So you got Panzer Dragon Saga for the Sega Saturn. Look over there, guys, Arcadia for the Dreamcast. These were good times, man. Very good times. Quest 64. Honestly, I forgot about that game. Quest 64. Nintendo 64. Like, the 64 didn't really have a lot of RPGs, so that was one of the ones that stood out. They don't really count. Ironically enough, most people don't count Zelda as an RPG. Back then things were classified as like action games, adventure games, and role-playing games, and Zelda would be considered more of an adventure game. Yeah, back then it would be called an adventure game. The role-playing game was kind of, I don't know, it seemed like people use role-playing games more for like turn-based. See what else is in here. Give 360 some love. You got Blue Dragon, you got Lost Odyssey. And Lost Odyssey, like, if you have an Xbox, man, Xbox One, whatever, if you like RPGs and you haven't played Lost Odyssey, please do yourself a favor and go play that game. Even to the day, that's probably one of the best JRPGs, hands down. I wish they would have did more with that one, or even just come out with like a 4K version of it and pushed it out a little more, because it definitely a very good game. Let's give the Wii some love. You got the last story. Quick background to that. Operation Rainfall. It was last story, Pandora's Tower, and Xenoblade. Yep. That they got behind, made a big fuss about, and then got pushed over to the States. Crazy times, man. Like, it's crazy to think about that Xenoblade. If Operation Rainfall would have failed, then we would probably never play Xenoblade. Crazy. Like, it's crazy because, like, Xenoblade is technically probably, out of the newer JRPGs, my favorite. Like, I love Xenoblade. White Knight Chronicles. Give the PS3 some love as we go down. PS3, you got White Knight Chronicles. Very slept on. I actually enjoyed, my time with it. Enchanted Arms. This is gonna be 360 PS3 stuff. I mean, it's everything, guys. You got the whole Persona series in here. Final Fantasy series is in here. Castlevania, ironically enough, is in here. Rune Factory is in here. King's Field. Let's stop right there. Let's stop. And I'm stopping on the King's Field series because people love From Software. And let me see, if you pull it back up, it's kind of hard showing this stuff, but if you look under developer, you will see it, From Software. And that's one of their first games, King's Field. Yeah. So for those that like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, Demon Souls, things like that, King's Field, go try that. And trust and believe, it was hard back then. So they didn't just get hard. They have been hard. Yeah. So the Soulsborne series. Yeah. So they just put it as a Soulsborne series. So that's even cool. See, like, they do a whole series set from Software, which is cool because they actually show King's Field first. Yep. And do Evergrace. Now Evergrace, let me see. Like, I don't even remember that one. That's a new one. Eternal Rings. Huh. I didn't like honestly. I didn't know those two was actually from software. I knew Kingsfield was. Well, yeah, man. Near Automata, Yakuza. Like, man, yes, you like if you guys like what I'm talking about and you want to go down a trip on memory road, I would try to find a link for this and post it in the description. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's in stock, but if it is, definitely pick this up. I don't believe it cost that much. I want to say it was around about $45 or $50, something like that, which is not bad for what all you're getting. Like, and they do other books. They had one where it's like the history of fighting games, PC Engine, things like. I mean, it's a whole bunch of books, guys. So like, I think platformers. I think they have a book with platformers. So if you like stuff like this and you don't mind collecting, like even if you're not a collector and you don't buy a lot of things to hoard, like I, people like me, I still think this one is worth buying just to kind of just have that one or two book on the bookshelf. To say, hey, you know, I don't buy a lot of collectible items, but this one right here is definitely worth having in your collectible space. Like always, you know, if you guys have this or something similar, make sure you drop some comments in the comment section, because your boy Steele would definitely want to know if there's more books like this on the market, because I would love for them to come out with some type of new version or something, just more stuff like this. But yeah, like always, like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Always appreciate all the love and support that you give the channel and me. Like always, it is your boy Steels Forever, aka the King of Geeks.